We present to you our Wrong Productions.
Get into my next topic. We gotta talk about colorism, man. Is that a preference, or is that a real thing? Like, what do y'all think?
Aisha, why don't you start?
Yeah,
You start.
Well, we ain't hear from you.
Is it a preference?
Mm-hmm.
Come to the mic.
Okay, so I think there's a difference between colorism and a preference. Because you could say, I don't like short men. That's my preference. But I'm not going to talk down on short men to describe the reason why I like tall men. You know what I mean?
Not in front of his face, at least.
No.
not in
Wait,
at all.
not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So you think people that prefer lighter skin or darker skin people, you think that's genuinely a preference, or?
You can prefer lighter or darker skinned people, but you don't have to talk down on, say I prefer lighter skinned men. I'm not going to talk down on dark skinned men to justify why I like light skinned men. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you think the difference between colorism and preference is how you talk about
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
What do you guys think?
No, exactly.
I agree. I'm trying to think a little bit more.
Like literally took the words
What
right
do
out
you
of my
guys
mouth.
think?
Yeah.
I want to hear from the guy perspective.
Well, I could talk about this one. We often talk about, I spoke about this on the podcast before, but we often talk about colorism as far as it comes to men having a preference for lighter skinned women, and which is a thing like that. That inherently to some men that's a thing. But women have to acknowledge that they also participate in colorism just as much as black men do. And I could tell you that because when I talk to women, when they describe their type of man, first thing they say he got to be tall and dark skinned. Then they often look at lighter skinned men as being more feminine, being soft. Like
What percentage of women is this?
Boy.
Huh?
What percentage of women? Because
You can
She
ask.
don't know the number, but
I don't know the number.
That's
but
what I'm saying. You
Most
can't-
women
that's
that
the point. You can't-
But I'm saying I can't.
Most.
Yeah, most
Say
women that have
most.
asked on this, even on this show, they always say first thing, oh, he got to be tall, dark, and handsome. Then they start naming the people that he got to be, like Idris Elba and all these other dark skinned niggas like Jamie Foxx and this. So y'all know what the ideal man is when it comes to a black man. He got to be dark skinned. Some women don't even consider light skinned men as a dark skinned masculine man. So we can't be sitting here having a double standard that black women don't participate in colorism as well. Y'all can't say here, none of y'all homegirls never say they got to be dark skinned with a nice smile and tall.
Of course.
Okay.
Of
You
course.
think that's a preference or is that discrimination?
I feel like that's a preference.
That's a preference.
So, but how is it a preference when you look at lighter skin?
Because
men?
I like what I like.
should say, yo, light skinned niggas is mad whack. They don't do nothing. They
That's
just
her
that.
preference.
I hear that
But
shit all
I need
the
me a dark
time.
skin- That's not what
Light
she
skinned
said.
niggas
She
break
said,
your
I
heart.
prefer
Light skinned
me,
niggas
Too
is
pretty,
soft.
they
I want
pretty,
me,
like this, that, and the
that's
third.
what you
like.
want. That's what you prefer. What you want is what you prefer. She's not talking bad about the person like she said.
So why does skin have to be a preference then? He should
I feel
whoever
like
treats
that
you
just
good,
goes
right?
back into history. It's always been like that. They made lighter skin, to be for women. If you're light, then you're more beautiful, is more appealing, and then for men, if you're a light skinned black man, then you're not as masculine and you're less. So it's different. Like it's I don't know. It's a tricky topic. So
It's always the double standard against, like, women always seem to understand that when it's reflected the other way though. I mean, like, do you not see what you just said? Like,
I just made a point. That was it. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying I feel like I witnessed that myself. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Like, I feel like I used to be like that. I can admit I'm not like that anymore. But younger, like teenager, like, I want somebody that's dark skinned. Like, he have to be dark skinned. If he light skinned, I do not want to talk to
Because
him.
you
I'm
associated
serious.
masculinity with being dark skinned.
well, yeah, what was the reason for it?
I talked to you about
Yeah.
this before.
You associate masculinity
Partially,
with dark
not
skin.
fully, partially. I feel like I just
mean,
maybe my
Light
first
skinned
boyfriend was
niggas,
dark
Drake, they
skinned. So
soft,
after
they
my first
feminine.
That's
My
all.
fault.
Yeah, after my first boyfriend was dark skinned when I was like 13. Ever since I carried that with me like throughout my high school years, like, okay, this is what I like. And I put that in my head. But once I was able to, give somebody else a chance and take that out of my head, the ignorance, then I was like, okay, it's more to life than just colorism. Like, it's more to a person than the color of their skin. And I was judging them, like, okay, he's light skinned, he's, he is what he is.
So now you have no preference?
I hate when somebody asks a woman what kind of man she like, and a black woman particularly, and the first thing she says is dark skin. Y'all be the same ones who, when you ask a nigga what he like, and if he say light skin, you're gonna get mad and you're gonna go on a whole rant about colorism, but you're also being colorist. Like, make it make sense. This, like I said before in another video, The same reason why dark-skinned women are seen as masculine and manly and not pretty is the exact same reason why light-skinned men are seen as feminine or girly or weak. It's the same fucking thing. Like, when are we just gonna get to the point where we don't have skin tone preferences? Because, bitch, you shouldn't have a preference about somebody's complexion in the first place, because it has nothing to do with how they're gonna be as a person. Like, y'all sound so dense. I hate hearing that shit. Especially when it's, like, dark-skinned women. Because you know what colorism feel like. So why the fuck are you doing that same thing to somebody else? It's so dumb.
Long as I got good black women in the squad.